Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, the 15th of February 2017. Hope you're having a good trading week. We had a couple decent winners again today, but still isn't very exciting, and the moves are happening at strange times of day. The first hour or two was very boring. The last hour or two was very boring. The move came over lunchtime again. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the S&P in futures form. You can see the 13 sell signal from the day before today. So far hasn't really led to much. Here's a look at the crude oil down 20 cents to exactly $53 a barrel. Gold up $2.60 to 12.28 even. S&P cash index up 933. And by the way, that is breaking the risk line already on the 13 sell signal that was in place there. NDX 100 also doing the same thing. 13 sell signal. Busted the risk line, now closed above it. SOX down 3. That's pretty flat for the SOX. Biotech's up 34. That's actually a little breakout day on the biotechs of all things. The VIX down 33 cents. Again, this is what's killing us. A VIX at 1074 means no interesting volatility in the market, and therefore stocks are not doing much intraday. Got a super low reading on the trim. Look at that. 0.58, one of the lowest readings of the last year. Quickly brings the 10-day moving average down to 1.03. Remember, if that 10-day moving average drops to 0.85 or less, that's a sell signal on the market. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have a lot. The next 5 days are all big numbers that are going to drop off that moving average. So if we start getting some low readings, you can get down there real quick on that 10-day moving average. Nasdaq volume 1.7 billion. That's the 10-day moving average there. Advanced decline ratio plus 376 on the Nasdaq. Just a few more stocks up than down on the New York plus 137. Google gains $1, which is a blip for Google. Apple gains $1.75, $1.73. It's a new closing high. Apple's actually been on a roll here the last few weeks. Amazon down 14 cents. That's a nice cup and handle setup on Amazon if it breaks out. Let's see, is that 10 towards the, we now have 10 candles towards the sell signal. Netflix down $2.38. Tesla up 38 cents after getting the 13 sell signal the day before. It went higher and came back, right? And so 38 cents is a small gain after where it was. TLT, the bonds, the 20-year bonds, drops 87 cents to 119.51. Goldman Sachs was up 319. That's a new closing high after getting the 13 sell signal there the other day, and the Dow up another 92 points. All right, so what happens now? Let's take a look at the let's look at the intraday action here. This is the ES futures contract in 5-minute candles. Like I said, look at that opening. Small gap down, didn't quite fill, back and forth. First 2 hours, very flat. Then we get to move up over lunch, and then nothing. And then it's actually the last few minutes of the day where we rally again. Pretty much the same thing on the Nasdaq. Looks identical here. Remember, the Nasdaq's mostly Apple at this point in this kind of a move. In terms of tomorrow, we do have the CPI data coming out. That's a big one. Got Empire Manufacturing, retail sales, and then capacity utilization and industrial production also before the bell. And then business inventories, the NAHB Housing Market Index, crude oil inventories, and at 4 p.m., net long-term tick flows. This is options expiration week, so therefore we could get an options unraveling move on Wednesday or Thursday. What's interesting is today's action in retrospect looks like it. When you look at a chart that looks like this intraday, usually it starts after the first hour. This was after the first 2, but you get this move, and the futures volume actually held up. So I don't know. And I don't know if it's possible that we got unraveling a day earlier than we usually do, in which case the rest of the week might be really boring. Remember, Friday is the day leading into a 3-day weekend, so most people will be out. That's expiration. Most people will be heading out maybe the last skiing weekend of the year. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Wednesday.